Hi, my name's Nikki. I'm the Obsessive Bookseller, and today I want to talk about how many books does one need to read at a time before one's brain wants to explode. I currently have 6 books on my currently reading list, and I am trying to make my way through all of them. And then I wonder why at the end of the month I feel like I haven't finished that many titles. It's not that I'm reading less, it's that I'm splitting my attention between so many different books. When I was younger, I don't remember ever having this problem. I would sit down and read a book, it would take me 3 or 4 days, and then I would move on to the next one. I didn't get sick of it, I didn't get sick of genres or anything. I never found a reading slump. I think I am one of those people who is highly motivated by clicking that finished reading button on Goodreads. And the longer I go without having one, the more dissatisfied and worthless I feel because I'm not getting through my books fast enough. And I think as soon as I hit that discourage point, I start reading even more slowly. So what's different? So how come back when I was younger, my teens and in college, could I stick to one book at a time? I think the difference is the introduction of digital readers. So now I have a different format to read things on. And then audiobooks came along. Additionally, for me, the third thing is ARCs, advanced copies, and review obligations. I've managed to land a gig at AudioFile magazine doing production quality reviews for audiobooks. So all of those different formats becoming available means I give myself permission to have one going in each format. So I'll always have an ARC going, I'll always have a physical copy going, I'll always have an ebook going, and I'll always have an audiobook going. The problem with that, compounded by being a mom and working full-time and trying to keep a nice clean house, is that I don't have time to read as often as I did. So if I can only do one format at a time and I bounce between formats, then it's going to take me 3 or 4 weeks to get through one book in each format. And every time I tell myself, I'm going to go down to just 2 copies at a time, something I read physically, so either an ebook or a physical book, and an audiobook. And I usually do well with that for about 3 days until a library hold comes in that I've been dying to read. So I'll set aside the audio I'm currently on and pick up that or the ebook. Or a review obligation comes in and I'm really bad at managing my time. So I'll have to set aside everything that I'm reading and pick that up. And then I sign up for a digital ARC because it's a book I've been waiting for. So I have to set aside the physical copy that I've been reading and pick that up. And then you add on my broadening interest in productivity and decluttering and organizing and all of that, and all of these nonfiction lifestyle books that I've been picking up when I don't feel like I have the concentration needed to focus on the high fantasy stuff. Oh, and book club. Add book club into the mix, and that's on a deadline as well. And then if I sign up for Anybody Reads on my Goodreads group, that just adds another layer of obligation. So the fact that I'm struggling to only read a book at a time is not a surprise given all the evidence, but I think my reading satisfaction has suffered because of it. And I have let a few amazing titles lapse at the library. Abercrombie books. I've let an Abercrombie book lapse because I didn't get to it before I finished, before the deadline to have it go back to the library came. I didn't get through it all. So I've had to wait 3 months to finish an Abercrombie book. And I know I could just buy it, but dang it, I can get it for free, so why not? So where do I go from here? I think I am finally at a point where I can be really conscious about what I'm doing with my time. And I think I want to try reading one book at a time in one format. And if I can't get through it, then I am still not allowed to pick up another book until I finish that title. That means I'm going to have to be a lot better at planning in obligation reads. I'm going to have to be a lot more conscious about what I choose to review for obligation. That's going to be rough. Part of the reason I started my Tackling the TBR series is I would get caught up in the ooh shiny titles and continue to neglect the books that I value as really high on my priority list. And since I've been doing that, my ooh shiny has been limited to mostly ARCs at this point. I want to know, do you have this problem? Are you the kind of person who picks up multiple books at a time? Or can you pick up one book and see it from start to finish? I want to know how you manage that. I imagine that if you're watching booktube videos, there's a good chance you have an extensive TBR. So how do you keep yourself from getting anxious and picking up the next title? So yeah, let me know how you manage, and let me know if anybody else is suffering from this problem, because I feel like I am so scattered, but in reality, I'm probably just not time managing well. Thank you for joining me on this more conversational booktube video. I hope to catch you next time. Bye.